What is going on, guys? I'm finally making the video about these BD795 and 790 boards. I was asked for RAM timings, and now is a good time because I am actually replacing this board with a brand new one. This one died after around like a week or so of running. No idea why. This is actually my second dead board out of two, and I bought one refurbished and one brand new, and they both died after a week. Not sure why, really, because I've been running this guy. This is the 795i. It's been running for a month, no problem. So it's not a server PSU issue or using Picos or anything. So the board it turns on, and then the only thing you see is a orange Ethernet light. But that is besides the point. My RAM is 5600, and let's see. This is the RAM I'm using, Klevv. You guys can grab this if it's available, but just know that your RAM timings, depending on what you get, might not work for, or my RAM timings might not work on your RAM. So just kind of be aware of that and just use this as like a starting point. So I do have, let's see, 5600. There's a lot of other settings that I also enabled, but I'll just quickly go over the ones that I do have here. And that's it for manual setup, just because I didn't feel like doing all the fucking timings. It's just way too much. There is one more setting I have to find, which has to do with, is it onboard? I guess I can show you these settings too. For onboard, VPP is auto. Is it this one? No. Is it infinite fabrics? Nope. It is controller? Nope. Bus. Here we go. Okay. The bus configurations. Sometimes for the RAM to get stuff to work, you have to put in these resistances. I'm not sure what they do. I'm just going off of what I've been told by other people / what works for me. So that's about it for the RAM settings. I do there was voltages somewhere for the RAM. I forget where that was. It's been a while since I've had to do anything in this BIOS. VDDIO, maybe, or VPP. One of the, I fucking forget. I don't know, man. But that's the settings for the RAM. I'll also re-watch this footage, and then I'll put all the settings down below for the ohms. The ohms and the timings I'll put down below, but you know, just use them as starting points. They might not work for your RAM kits necessarily, but we're just gonna have to disassemble this. I already have a new one here, and we're just gonna hope that that one doesn't just die after a week. All right, we got this thing reassembled. Just gotta jump the power pins. We'll just have to change that section to be power on after, or AC power loss, restore settings. I'm not going to change any RAM timings just because the, let's see, I'm still recording on my phone here, so At least it's turning on, so that's good. Okay, we are in the section that we care about. Secure boot, we disable right away. Boot option is UEFI. Well, I won't change any of... I also had some PPO limits, I believe. We'll just see if we can do negative 15. How about that? So, boot, that. Oh, power options. Where is that? I forget. With CBS? God damn it. Audio configuration, we can disable that. FCH, always on. SMU. Okay, that should be that. Save and exit, done. Boot into Hive OS, and that should be it. I believe it still has a Zephyr flight sheet from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, I've powered like AM5 boards such as like 7950Xs and 7900Xs on server PSUs for like a year plus, and it's never been an issue in terms of oh, it's still jet ski, in terms of power or board failure. So it looks like it is mining XMR. So I'll at least be able to get some hash rate numbers without changing much in terms of settings, but I won't be going too crazy. This is my, like I said, this is the 3rd board. I just want this thing to be stable. I don't really care if it's gonna be max hash rate and best wattage possible. I just need this thing to be running, because dealing with Minisforum and their support is atrocious. They don't reply to you. I've waited probably a month now for a reply and I haven't gotten one. So I've had to do the whole Amazon return shit and just send back the broken boards that way, which is shitty to do, I guess, but that's what you get with the stuff and not much support. So we got 17 kilohash. Not great. I will definitely go back through and edit this video, but you guys at least saw the RAM timings that I had and like the ohms and stuff that you have to set as a baseline. Obviously, just use my numbers as baseline numbers and not necessarily as what you should be doing, just because if you have different RAM kits it might not work, but it is at least a good starting point. So I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully this board doesn't die after a week.